Hello, welcome to day 4, which is a special day that we have reached. And if you remember, yesterday we managed to look at how to add image tag on the HTML document. Yeah. So today we're going to look at how to make or to add lists of things in our page. And it's going to be interesting day because we want to make sure that we can see things in a certain order or format that you can say, okay, number one, number two, number three, number four. Think somebody want you to make them to make for them a website that is going to show top 10 artists. So you need a way to do that. You may be using one, paragraph one, you write one, you write dot. But that's it's going to be a little bit tiresome because you can do that, but you also will see how to do it properly. All right, let's go. So if you remember, we have our day 3. So we need to create another folder for day 4. Yeah, so in order to create a folder, you have to create outside anything so that you can create a folder within the environment and say day 4. All right. So the day 4 is going to carry HTML file and some other things. So we need to start by saying right click, say file, say the name. We're going to call it index.html. So after doing that, the good thing of HTML, when you have renamed or you have created a file, this extension is auto detected on the bottom. I don't know if you can see somewhere on my back behind me. I don't know if this makes sense. But on this line, you see here where there is line, which line am I on, and the column, then there is space, then there is UTF-8, and there is HTML, which is selected language. All right. So I'll need to start with the same standard doc type, and then I say HTML, and then I need to specify HTML, and I close the tag. I also need to say head, and if you can observe very closely, you can see that now I'm not writing everything because they have detected the language. They know exactly what, when I say head, it's supposed to end like this. Yeah. You can see if I say title, they close the title, and I'll say day 4 in day 4 of 100 100 days challenge. All right. Here I'm going to start with body, and then I'm going to have H1. H1 will be hobbies. I'm going to talk about my hobbies, and I will have a couple of other things to talk about. So hobbies, and I have to put a list of my hobbies. So in order to make a list, there's two types of listing in HTML. One is the ordered list, which is a list that have either alphabet or number or italic, not italic, Roman number. Yeah, Roman numbers. So it's my choice to choose which exactly format. But by default, if I say ordered list, I'm going to get numbers from 1 up to the last element I'll put. How do we do that? We start with ordered list. We say you start up the that particular sign, and instead there I take ordered lists. You cut the list of the word, you take O and you take L for list, and you have the ordered list. So with this particular thing here, I'm able to have a list within here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to write inside the ordered list what the list itself. So the list itself is represented by Li, Li, and that means whatever I'm going to put inside there, it will be treated as a list. And the good thing is, this particular thing are independent. Is different from someone who will come here and do paragraph and say and put one uh, music, two dance, three okay football. But when I do with ordered lists, it's different. So I'll say music, and I say list number 2, dance, list number 3, football. All right. So if I save that, and remember I said that in this particular day, I have to make sure that we don't jump from here to there to search for where we can preview things. So I managed to install the extension, and it's easy like that. One challenge. You see, even though I did my paragraph and I pressed enter after every text, but when they were being passed into the web browser, they couldn't be given that. I could find a way to have that particular look like this, but it's not a best way to go with. Use the list where the list should be used, and don't write in this particular format, because there is a specific tag, there's a specific element that can help you to format. And another thing that you can observe is this text has been pushed a little bit from the beginning, from the starting of the page. If you can see here, paragraph is direct starting there, but list has given a space so that it can show that these particular things are lists. And I'll go also to show you an ordered list. An ordered list is defined by using U, which represent an ordered, and L, which represent lists, to make an element. So an ordered list, and then inside there, and this will be best artist. So H2, sorry, best artist. So I'll be having my number 1 for me is called, and these artists are not in order, so there is no number 1, number 2, number 3, just the best artists for me. Number 1 will be Bashimire Lehumba. This is from DRC Congo. He's so good in Lumba and the like. But I'll go with also Samangile. Samangile, I think. Yeah, that's the proper name. Samangile Kinanda. Kinanda. And the last in my list is uh, Sinamakosa. Sinamakosa da Sinamakosa Daniel. This guy is so amazing. This guy was at the top of the chart for almost 3 consecutive years. No one have ever removed this guy, Sinamakosa Sungura. Yeah, he's so good. He's so good in our village, actually, not anywhere. So you see now, the same list, they have given the same space, but they have acted differently. Why? Because the list here is unordered, so it doesn't need to have the numbers. It just go direct to the point. While the list here on the music, it's ordered and it's supposed to have the number specifically. But there's another thing that you can do with the list. There's a lot of other things you can do with list. One of the thing is you can specify which kind of list do you want. Either you want, as I say, alphabet, numbers, or Roman numbers. So if you do how where you do that, you do it at the top level of OL, and you say type there, and you choose specific key type you want. Here they are giving us option. There's one A B I. So I know we have seen 1 2 3. We can see A B C, and it will look like that. But also we can change. You say no, we need small A B C D to look like that. You say no, we need Roman number, and it will look like that. And we need capital Roman number. That is happening without your stress. Even if we could have a very long list, it was going to do it automatically without stress, without you writing like what this guy here did to have the numbers. So that's one of the key thing you can do with that. But also you can put other tags inside the list. So I mean that you are making a list of other things. What does that mean? So let's say we want to know who is Bashimile Lehumba. Bashimile Rehumba. This guy is amazing. So Bashimile Rehumba, we can add some tag. Let's say we need to add a picture of Mr. Bashimile. We need to add anything. We can do that. How do we do that? So let's say we are going to do additional list here for that particular specific task, which is going to be probably, let's make it ordered. And then we have lists, and we say, okay, we say what? We say image. Remember, image, it goes with source, and you specify in the source where exactly. So I don't have image so far. I'll pass that. And let's put some images. So I'll add some images into this by creating a folder called images, and I will go to my source where I have different images, and paste them. So if I expand now images, now you'll see I have almost 3 images. Yeah. three images. So what will I do there? I will call the names. How do we do? We start by the folder name. Remember that. If your images are in the folder, you start with the folder name. So images, you put slash, and then you say the image name. Image name is called what? The name and the extension. So for this, I'll start with AI keyboard. So if you remember, when I was looking at a image on the previous day, we didn't talk about. We talked, but we didn't see how the width and height works. So here is where it was going to make sense. That's why I didn't want to stress about that. So I will leave this the way it is for now, and I'll go to another list. Uh, and I'll make my image SLC, and I'll go img background. And I told you a little bit have a bad thing which I have to fix, which is alternative text, because you should put alternative text in all your images. It's a very good behavior. Trust me. What did I say? Trust me. Okay. Yeah. And we have our Burundi. Good. So let's add alternative text for every image. Alternative text. For this is AI keyboard logo, while this is background, and for this one is alternative text is going to be Burundi flag. Good. So if I scroll here on our preview, we can see that they are all here. The Burundi, the background, and of course the logo for that. But now the size is bad. Now we can't even see, they are not looking good. That's where now you have to know how to deal with this particular problem. How do we deal with this? We deal with this by specifying width and the height of every image. How do we do that? For me, I like, if I know the images have I need a certain look, I might focus only on one particular area. So I can say, okay, I will deal with only whites, and I pass 100, and that will be okay. So if I do that for every picture, now all the picture are in a good setup. Okay, they are having, if you can observe well, from point A to point B, they're all the same, but point A to point B, they are not the same because they have different sizes. How to deal with that? You specify the height of every picture if you want, but it will affect your your perspective of the image. So let's say we give it square of 100, right? All right, and then we'll give also this 100. Hmm. So if you see, there's a little bit perspective issue in this image because it is not exactly 100 by 100. And if you want to see the effect most, you can go with that. You see totally distortion of the image. And let's say we'll give it 20. Because like the logo is square, is having same size both sides on whites and height. So whatever you balance that, it doesn't have any problem. But if you change a little bit, the image looks so bad like that. So you need to think about that in your image. You need to think about that when you're presenting your particular code, because otherwise they will look so terrible and you will not like it. Yep. So with this, I think we are reaching to the end of this particular image. You can add other things here. You can even add paragraph if you want. And you say, what will you say? Um, hmm, home of apps. Okay, things happen. Things fall apart. I don't know if that's part of the things fall apart. Paragraph. Background. Background up. And parent flag. Yeah, you can add a lot of other things within the lists, but it will be treated as one particular thing at the end of the day, because that is how it is known. So thank you very much for today. I think we have learned a lot. We have managed to use almost whatever we have started with plus this new thing, and we have also a little bit mixed with the other things. So going forward, we are going to see another interesting part. So thank you very much until the next day. Let's go to practice and sleep for today. Bye.